Hello everyone, welcome to my new video. In this one I'm very excited because it is my Iron Man helmet special video. I 3D printed with this Iron Man helmet with Alphawise U30, where I have a bunch of videos too. You can find them in the link description below. In this video I'm going to show you how to sand the critical parts of this helmet and how to put it together, and especially I'm going to show you how to put magnets on it so that it can stick like this magnetically, very easy, and you will be able to easily put this one on your head. Of course, a beautiful Iron Man helmet cannot happen without a good filament. I 3D printed this helmet with the filament that I got from the GearBest. It is the silver 1 kilogram filament. Right now I am holding a half a kilo version of it, but I use a kilo filament to 3D print helmet. This is, according to its designer, Mark III version of the Iron Man helmet, and I'm putting the link down below. Also, you will see the links for the magnet designs that I put in the Thingiverse from the links in the description below. I think it's gonna be awesome. It's a little bit long video, but I put a lot of effort to show you bit by bit and how to build this Iron Man helmet, and it's gonna be awesome when you guys print it, finalize it, and hold it in your hands. It's unbelievable. It is so good. Before we move on to the rest of the video, I would like to mention a couple things. So I'm also putting some discount links for buying Alphawise U30 and U20 in the description down below, including the filament itself, and also I'm including the magnets that I purchased from Amazon in the links description down below. Last but not least, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Right now, click that button and hit the bell so that you can catch the upcoming videos for how to set up the Alphawise U30 with which Jura settings so that you can 3D print this entire helmet piece by piece. So this is going to be a really important video. Also, don't forget to check out my other videos for tips and tricks to make 3D prints beautiful. And you can see some of my 3D printed things on the wall behind. I'm so excited. Let's continue and let's start this video. And don't forget to make a comment when you finish one 3D printed Iron Man helmet. So what I'm going to do now is to use some of my sandpaper, and I'm going to rub it around my stick over here. So I'm going to cut a bit, and I'm also going to have a little bit of a tape. So I'm going to wrap the stick with the sandpaper before I start sanding the 3D printed Iron Man parts. Okay, now I'm going to start sanding the Iron Man mask. Also, this is my glue that I'm going to use to glue the mask. So this is the bottom piece, and then this is the top piece that I'm going to attach to it. So the most important section to sand is the connection part. So what I'm looking here is, let me take a close look. So what we are looking in here is the connection parts. As you can see, due to the print orientation, these sections are good, but these sections at the bottom are a little bit bad because I used raft as my adhesion object. So what I'm going to do is to sand these sections. So I stop sanding when I get a smooth surface. So for example, when I smoothen the surface, I stop sanding. When we sand it, things look much more smoother, so we don't have any impurities in these sections. So the next thing is to get these two connected like this after the sanding, right? So this is the bottom piece, this is the top piece. We are going to connect them like that, but for this one we need to smoothen down all these sections over here, which were the points of contact for the support material. Okay, I smoothened this surface too, as you can see. Now I'm going to smoothen all these sections over here. So we are going to glue them like this, right? But what I'm going to do is to get to know where I'm going to align them, right? So I'm going to align them from this section and this section over here. So the alignment is going to be like this. Interior is like that. The out section is like this. But right now what I'm going to do is to remove all this dust. I will just like gently wash it under water and remove this dust and then dry it and then come back to glue them. Okay, we are back at the gluing section, so I'm going to use this gel controlled super glue with the Gorilla brand. So we need to tap it a little bit so that we can make it flow. I will use clippers to hold it. Put the glue for all the connection points. And this again. And use the clippers. Point 1 is done. So I'm going to align it in here too. Okay, this section is aligned, and let's see if the interior is touching too. Yes, the interior is touching too. Ta-ta, we aligned it. One thing really important you guys need to know is be careful with your fingers to not make glue go over all the places, because it might leave bruises like this. And as you can see, it changed the color of that section too, and a little bit over there too. Since I'm going to prime this and make it colored, I don't care right now, but if you're not going to color it, it is really important to use your super glue wisely. What I'm going to do next is to sand more sections before we connect the main head of the Iron Man helmet. So we are going to sand down this section, and we are going to sand down this section and this section so that it can fit properly. So let's do that. So okay, after sanding good enough, we see that these two parts can fit like that, you see. So basically we are trying to make these fits perfect so that we can super glue them. So when you look at it like this, the part fits in, as you see. And one important thing is this section over here needs to touch the interior surface like this. So there's going to be this extension like that, so we are going to glue it, as you see, like this. Since I'm focusing on this part, what I'm going to do is to make this section sanded well enough so that it's going to fit to the next part and get rid of from the effects of these support materials and etc. So I'm going to remove those and make this section ready to fit the next pieces. So when we look at it, there are no support sections over here, but when we come back, there's support section over here that I need to remove, and support section that I need to clean off this section, and there are supports over here that I need to make a cleaning. I'm going to clean this and this so that I can glue this piece to the previous one. At this moment, what I'm going to do is also to replace the sandpaper that I have. Right now, as you can see here, with the sanding, the surface become more smoother. And compared to here, for example, right now I'm going to sand this section to make it smoother too. Okay, after we smoothen the sections on this one, right now we are going to move to the opposite side of it and smoothen the sections on this piece. And I'm going to remove some sections of supports that is left in here, and I'm going to start smoothing off from the top and this section. Okay, after sanding this one from these sections too, what I'm going to do is to check the attachment of it to the other pieces and if I get satisfied with it, I will start gluing it. So this is this section of the piece. So as you can see, when we attach it, the gaps are looking perfect. So what I'm going to do is to just glue it. So this piece is almost ready. Now is to go wash them underwater to get rid of from the dust, and then come back and glue them. Okay, so we are going to glue this piece with the back lower neck piece, right? We are going to glue them like this, but at this moment I just need to put the glue, and again I'm going to use my clipper to stabilize it, but at the same time I need to hold it with my hand for a while. What I'm doing here with the super glue is I'm dropping a little bit and then spreading out by doing this motion in here, right? So I'm not putting lots of glue in there. I'm putting a little bit of amount of glue and spreading it. So what we are going to do is to stabilize it like this, make it connect. At this point, another person might be a great help, but I'm going to hold it like this for a while. It's going to be like 45 seconds to 1 minute until the glue freezes down. And then it seems like this one is glued down. So what we are going to do right now is to wait until it solidifies. I will give it a 10 minutes before I move gluing to the second piece. So I will let it sit for a little bit. Okay, now what I'm going to do is to glue the other half of the helmet, right? It is really important to glue it again properly. So first I'm going to align it with my hand and see if this is the proper alignment. Yes, it is. And what I'm going to do right now is to put the glue in these sections. After I separate the glue, right now what I'm going to do is to assemble the helmet like this and hold it in place for a while. So after holding it like around 1 minute, what we are going to do is to leave it for like 10 minutes to glue good enough. So I'm going to drop it like this and wait until it glues down. So at this point what I'm going to do is to use this piece to connect the back side of my helmet. So this is the back side of the helmet, and we are going to attach it like this to here, as you can see. But before I go and do that, what I'm going to do is to sand this section down and make sure this is going to fit to the next section that we are going to glue like this, right? So we would like to make sure that the top section of this bag head piece is smooth enough so that when we glue them, there's not going to be a gap. So what we are going to do is to sand that section down. After sanding it down enough, when we align them, they look perfectly aligned. So again, before I glue this, I will go down and wash this to get rid of from the dust. Okay, one important thing in here is when we attach this back section to the helmet like this, so you can see the orientation is like that. So when we attach it, what's going to happen is we are going to glue it from these sides, right? We are going to glue this side, and we are going to glue it from this side, as you see. But what I'm trying to explain is there's not going to be a gluing from the horizontal direction like this, right? So it's not going to be glued from the back section. Let's put the glue. After we align it, what I do suggest is to use our clippers back again so that they will hold it in place for us. At this point we have super glued the back section of the Iron Man helmet and the side sections, as you see, like this. So what we are going to do right now is to assemble the back top piece of the helmet section. So we are going to assemble like this, but before we do that, I'm going to smoothen this edge where my sport material was in there. So I'm going to basically sand it down. So after we sand down this section was not introduced any support material, so this is smooth. What we are going to do is to get the very top section of our helmet and see if they match up. So there are these features on the top section where you can align the helmet, as you can see. So when you align it like this, you should be able to see the alignment properly. So let's align it. Actually, I'm going to use my clippers again so that it's going to be much easier for me to hold it. Okay, I aligned it from here, and then let's go on to this section. Okay, so when I align it, as you can see, the gap is almost closed and it is good to go for my taste. What I'm going to do is to basically attach it to the top of it. But right now what I'm going to do is simply remove this section back. At this point, for me to be able to continue, what I'm going to do is put this one on top, but I'm not going to glue this one because this is the piece that will require lots of sanding. I'm just going to put it in like this and align it from this section and use my clippers again. And the same thing from this side too. So keep this section aligned and then put the clipper on. What I'm going to do is to glue this piece to here so that I can get the exact position of this piece. Okay, at this point, after I get the alignment, there's a little bit gap over here. I think this is because of maybe I sanded down too much. I'm not sure why there's this gap over here. So either I hold it like this or hold it like this. So there's going to be gap over here or there's going to be gap over here. So I need to make a choice in this point, at this point, where I'm going to do the top section attach up, and this section can be a little bit gap for me. What I'm going to do is by using the hot glue, I will fill that gap. After we do the priming, it will disappear. First thing that I would like to do is to make sure that this top section is aligned properly so that when I put the helmet on here, the alignment will not cause any problem. So what I'm trying to achieve in here is to get the perfect fit at this edge. As you can see, like I'm trying to make this section fit perfectly. So for that cause, what I'm going to do is to attach the top section like this and glue it, and then fill this gap with the hot glue from the inside. Where I'm going to use the glue is only this section and this section. I'm just going to hold this and put it on and hold it in the position when I align it from the middle top part, this middle top part over here. So align it with the middle top part that we clip to the helmet, and then hold it in there so that the super glue solidifies, and then we will use the hot glue to support the back opening section. So after the alignment is done, remove the clippers and put them to the section where we aligned our helmet, right? As you can see, I just use the clippers in this side and this side to make the back side of the helmet aligned so that they don't move. So I'm going to use my hot glue gun from this interior section over here, as you can see, and fill this gap so that there won't be any weak spots. So at this point we will turn back, and there might be leaks at this point, so be careful and remove those leaks. Just to let you know, you could use the black glue gun sticks too, but it's up to you. I'm not sure if there's a gray one, but right now this section is, I think, okay. We will see when we prime it up. So the interior section is almost solidified. Okay, right now, before we continue moving on and gluing more stuff, what we are going to do is support the interior structures where we glue with the super glue with hot glue so that I can make it much more stronger. So So we put a glue on this cycle, we put a glue on this level, and there's half cycle, half circle. We put a glue on this section, and we put a glue on this section. And right now I'm going to put a glue over here and over here where I make the super glue connections, right? Just to be safe, I don't want it to break when I'm playing with it, right? Right now what we are going to do is to arrange the alignment of the front plate with the top section of the mask. But as you can see, when we align the side of it, for example, like this, so it's supposed to align like that, right? This is proper. And when we look at the other side, this alignment is proper too. But when we look at from the top, this section doesn't fit in anymore. Like, as you can see, this one is not going in anymore because there's a mismatch in this bulky middle part on the top between these sections. So we are not able to get in this further. So what I'm going to do is to sand from here and sand from here, so I can make this thing fit in properly like this, right? I want it to fit in. So what I'm going to do is keep sanding until they fit in. So let's sand down this section. So it is getting closer, but we just need to sand it more. It needs a little bit more sanding. Little bit more sanding. And I think I think it is time for me to change the sandpaper. So this is getting a little bit boring for me because it requires too much of a time, so it doesn't match properly. I mean, I know it's not going to match 100%, but at least I would like to be able to match this right section and the left section properly, right? So what I'm going to do next is to little bit sand the interiors of this section from this corner. So from this corner I'm going to start sanding it and see if it's going to help or you don't see anything from the outside. I just sand the interior corners so that they are more angled like a fillet. Okay guys, after proper sanding of this section and this section, so I sanded little bit long and try to be very careful to not damage the overall. This is right now fitting properly, so it's not causing any more trouble. So when it fits properly, you can see this side aligns and this side aligns too. So this side and this side are both aligned. So what I'm going to do is glue this section to the helmet over there. Okay, right now we are going to see how well this one is going to go, because right now we have a lot of region to glue and connect it. So I have make my clippers ready just in case, and so I start putting the glue from this section. So what I'm going to do at the front is put my clippers to hold it in place. So I'm aligning it with this line over here and aligning this section and putting the clipper on, and I'm pushing this back section a little bit back to the back to make sure that everything is fitting properly. Let's go over here, make sure everything fit perfectly, and hold it from the back to make it connect properly. Make sure that you align these sections over here. So what I'm going to do now is to hot glue the interior connection. Right now I'm going to let it rest to cool down and then see how it's going to turn out. Okay, right now what we are going to do, we are going to install the magnet holders to this Iron Man helmet. So I'm going to take my faceplate and tape it to my main helmet, the back section, right? After sanding it down, it fits properly. And what I'm going to do is just tape it and make sure that it stays there so that I can place my magnet holders and magnets in there. So okay, as you can see guys, I taped it, but while I'm taping it, what I be careful with was like to reduce the gap in this section and in this section, so that when I close it down, the magnets will make it stay in that location. Okay, next what we have is these magnet holders that I designed. So you will be able to find these in Thingiverse link. I'm putting it in the description below. We are going to insert our magnets in here and we are going to attach them inside the mask like this. So they will become like magnet attachable, detachable. It's going to be awesome. They're just going to hold it like this. So I got these metric 3 8mm in diameter magnets. I purchased them over Amazon. I'm putting the link down below to you. So let's see and put them into our magnet case. It is easy to put them in because I make them fit easily. So you might want to glue them in there because they might just like come out easily too. So as you can see, why I did that way is because every printer has different tolerance, so it might not even fit properly neither. So I give a little bit offset in here, so you just like dip hot glue gun in there. Polarity of the magnets are important, so they are going to stay like this, right? So I arrange the polarity accordingly. If it doesn't work properly, we need to change the orientation of the magnets. Okay, cool. So this is how they hold, right? We are going to glue them so that they will not come out, and then we will attach them into the mask place. Okay, next, before we place them, we are going to put little bit hot glue gun on top of each magnet so that they don't move out from their places. Don't use excessive glue, just use that so that they don't come out from the places, and just barely enough. Okay, awesome. Now we are going to place them inside our mask, and you are going to prepare one more couple like this. Okay, what I'm going to do next is to get my magnet couple, and I'm going to super glue it into this region right over here. Okay, and I'm going to align this line with the line inside so that they can open and close properly, right? So I get my gel control super glue, and I'm going to glue my pieces. Now we are going to attach it on top of our piece right in here. And you are going to hold it until it solidifies. And after we turn it around, we are going to use our other magnet couple and glue them to this connection right over here. So. And hold them until they solidify too. Okay, after the glues are solidified, remove the tape and let's test it out. And nice. So our magnets are located in each section like this, and it holds properly. As you can see, it's perfectly magnetized. This is a little bit hard with the long hair, so what I'm going to do is to make my hair properly arranged. So magnets are in these locations, as you can see. I still have some place in here, and this is the helmet. So, and when I make it just like attach, it attaches, as you can see, the sides properly aligned, and the top is properly aligned too. Now we are going to attach the bottom section of it. Yep. Okay, so after we connect this section with the magnets, next step is to connect the chin. This is the part that will make us work a little bit more because it doesn't fit properly. So let's make it fit first in here. When we fit it in like this, right, it's supposed to fit in properly. But when we connect it, as you can see, there's this gap opening emerges in here. I don't want that gap, and the main reason that I understand that gap is because the interior connection right in this section. So let's look at it more closely, and when we look at the other side, it's same too. So when we look at it from the bottom, you can see that this interior section is touching in and causing a problem. So I'm going to cut that section, and so that this entire chin can fit in there properly, right? So I'm going to cut the edge of this section. So let's see. The edge of the section that I'm going to cut and trim is this section right in here. I'm going to show you in more detail. But let's remove the helmet. Well, magnets are doing perfect job. The main section that causes a problem is the connection right in here. So I'm going to cut this interior connection. So as you can see, I trimmed the thickness in there and remove some pieces. So let's see how it's going to turn out. I'm going to place the mask again to the top of it and place the chin back. See, it's fitting much better from the bottom. So if I can glue my magnets to hold it like this, I will be satisfied. Yep. So right now I'm going to trim the other section right in here so that it can fit more aligned. So let's take it down, and trim the other section. And let's see how it turned out. Attach the faceplate again. Make it fit in properly, which I did. And next, attach the chin. Okay, this section is good, looking good. This section is looking good too. And the faceplate is connected properly. So one thing though, just let you know, when you are playing with super glue, be careful with your hands. Right now, my super glue separated to here and destroyed my beautiful Iron Man face. So I'm so unhappy about it, but there's nothing I can do right now. Right now what we're going to do, again, tape some stuff and stabilize. See, I just tape it, stabilize that, and now I'm going to take the chin and stabilize it. So bring it to the position where you like it, place it to the table, hold it like this, and bring it to the place where you want to tape it, and tape it. Okay, next section is the other side. Tape it properly. Okay, so that it's not going to move in the process of gluing the magnets. Well, let's tape from top to the bottom, or bottom to the top. Good. So I like the openings in this section and this section. So right now what I'm going to do is to hold it and put the magnets interiorly. Okay, next what we are going to do, again, get our magnet systems that we prepared before and put them in here and glue them right behind this extra attachment section. And hold it until it stabilizes. Okay, after we finalize gluing in here, we are going to glue the last bit of magnet to the top section. Right around here. Let's get our super glue again. And we will again hold it until it solidifies. After our glue solidifies, what we are going to do is to take out the tapes. Now what we are going to do is to check it. And as you can see, gorgeous. What we can also do is to increase the strongness of this plate. We can attach magnets to these interior sections too, which we will do later. But right now it looks good. Let's wear it. Okay, now I'm going to wear it. It's a little bit hard with the long hair, so just to let you know. Put the hairs in. Actually, let me take out this. Now the chin part. Okay. Of course, the hair. I guess I'm going to just cut my hair. Is it looks good? Yeah, it looks good. What I might actually do is basically design a longer magnet series for the bottom section. These sections, for example, like this, so it can fit in more properly. Or we can just like print more and attach the interior section. So both of them works, but it holds right. So let's put the other section. Oh my goodness, it's fucking awesome. Yep, nice. Next, what we need to do is to put like some stabilizers inside of this one so that it doesn't like become wobbly inside my head. And next is to place these ear sections to these regions to finalize the Iron Man helmet. But what I'm also going to do is to paint this one, so I'm not going to attach these ones until I finish the paint. So these ones are going to stay, and I'm going to paint this one, and yeah. Okay guys, in my next video what I'm going to do is to show you how to paint this, prime it, all those kind of stuff. So it's going to be awesome. That's why don't forget to subscribe to my channel. We just finished assembling the Iron Man helmet and it looks cool, it looks dope. And I hope you guys enjoyed it, because I know it's a little bit hard to assemble this helmet and there's not much good information out there. So yeah, this one is completed, so yep. Holy shit.